The folks here in Cleveland. We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First carry for Nick Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Mayfield on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Whitney merciless from his linebacker spot in to drop him in his tracks. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A nice throw there by Mayfield, a guy who really reemerged as the season and later the playoffs went on last year. What are defenses trying to do against him?
Well, the first thing defenses want to do is use his emotion against him because he's such a passionate player that sometimes he comes up really hyped up and the ball might sail a little bit early. But as the game settles in, the next part is make sure you chip away at his timing, put the pressure on him so maybe his feet don't get quite set and then he's not able to be as accurate as he normally is.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Mayfield finding Beckham. Touchdown! Odell Beckham, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Now to return, this is David Johnson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Watson. He's got it to James White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Now Watson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. It across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
And that was a pleasing run from Phillip Lindsay coming over from the Denver Broncos to join now a crowded backfield with the Houston Texans. But why is it so crowded? Because they finished 31st in the league last year in rushing, and they're trying to find anyone who can lead them and get that running game moving in Houston.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsay. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
To throw is Watson. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 29-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now a pass dropped off here for James White. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
From the gun, here's Watson. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
A pass there, complete to Westbrook. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second down and 8.
Switch it. Come here, switch it. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Whitney merciless, barreling in for the sack.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Rolling to his right. There he goes inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Browns drive about to get started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check safety, check safety. Show it out, show it out.
A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
This defense is really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Down right around the 25. Now the Texans will burn the 1st of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now the Browns will use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Now it's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Watson now to throw. Open man is Trey Burton. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. They'll try the left side with Lindsey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the side.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. On the return comes Cobb.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Have a great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal. They'll certainly have the green light here.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. This is Cobb with a catch right side. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Back to throw, Watson. He's going to go deep for Conley. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Now here's Johnson. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete to Chris Conley. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On second down, it's White. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, it's Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On second down now, it's Lindsey, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball go? Good place.
Yeah, at the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Lindsey. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Browns drive about to get started. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Second and 8 coming up. Mayfield on play action. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield going deep here for Landry. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, right back to Lindsey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Looking to throw. Watson throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Cobb. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Yeah, this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Mayfield looks to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
First down, Mayfield. It's caught, Beckham. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And unfortunately, in 2020, Odell Beckham tore his ACL in Week 7. The Browns still made the playoffs. But, boy, if they had him around, they're thinking about a much deeper run. A good grab there.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Mayfield. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have moved out in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another run by Lindsey. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Back to throw. Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Landry now on the return. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. He completes it to Beckham. Touchdown! Odell Beckham with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns are on their way to a 2-0 start. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know,
David Johnson on his way. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson, 75 yards. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
75 yards on the ground for him so far. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On the ground, it's Chubb. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
So much of the game today We're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Greedy Williams picks it off. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They run it again with Janovich. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Cleveland, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.